Hello folks, here's Rabbi Cukierkorn with a short commentary about this week's Torah portion. This week's Torah portion is Toldot. And I'd like to start by asking you to remember, we just had a holiday not too long ago, Sukkot. What does the blessings of Sukkot have to do with washing the hands? And the answer is, when we say the blessing over the lulav, the blessing is al netilat lulav, and when we say the blessing over washing hands is al netilat yadayim. And the netilat of the lulav is the holding the lulav up and shaking it around. And the netilat yadayim is really not a blessing over washing our hands, because there will be rechitzat yadayim, but netilat yadayim, raising our hands. And why? The blessing that we say is really not over washing, because in fact you can even, according to tradition, if you're in the desert and there is no water, you can put your hands in sand, bring them up. And it speaks to the fact that we use our hands to impact the world. And this brings me to this week's Torah portion. In this week's Torah portion we have a famous incident when Isaac is old and he's blind and he has two children, the good child Jacob and the bad child Esau. And Esau was supposed to have been a very furry man, a very rough guy, and Jacob was a gentle person. And it's the time that he's getting old and he wants to give his final blessing to his children, and Rebekah tricks him together with Jacob by putting some animal furs on Jacob's arms, so that when Isaac comes and grabs him, he grabs the fur, so he figures out, oh, there's a furry guy, must be Esau. But then when Jacob speaks, it's his voice. And Isaac says, the hands are the hands of Esau, but the voice is the voice of Jacob. And this is quite a famous verse, has been commented upon a lot. But I think it attests to the fact that, deals with the fact that sometimes we say something, we speak like Jacob, we speak nicely, we speak of great values, of great important things, of justice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. When we act upon the world, we act with hands that sometimes don't seek so much justice and are rough, and the way we impact them upon the world is different than the way we speak. And thus, especially in light of what I was telling you about hands and how we impact the world, it's important for us to think that we should be coherent. That when we act in the world, if we act like Esau, doesn't matter how our voice comes out, still what important is the action. Or conversely, we should seek to make sure that our actions in the world, the way we impact on the world, is Jacob's way, so that not only our hands, but our voice is also that of Jacob. Shabbat Shalom. We have services this Friday we begin at 5 o'clock with Torah study. We have 5:30 Mazel Tots for the little children. And this Shabbat we have a potluck. I'd love for as many of you to come. Send us an email telling us you're coming. Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Cukierkorn.